tonight, President Cyril Ramaphosa warns ANC party members against discussing leadership positions ahead of the party's 2027 elective conference, and new details into what killed 6 children after they ate poisoned snacks. We hear from Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi coming up. In business news, we get some tips as many consumers prepare for Black Friday this November. And in the sports news tonight, we take a look back at how the South African teams performed in their United Rugby Championship encounters over the weekend. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this busy Monday. I'm Boitumelo Monare. We begin tonight with the ANC elective conference set for 2027. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa has delivered a strong warning to party members, urging them to refrain from premature discussions regarding leadership succession. Now, some party members have seemingly begun campaigning for positions in the top 7. Delivering his closing remarks at the National Executive Committee special sitting, the president touched on the leadership.
The NEC agreed to develop a guiding perspective on leadership succession, informed by our document Through the Eye of the Needle. The NEC considered this to be of utmost importance in the context of our adopted roadmap to renew the organization. Any leadership contest or lobbying at this point in time is what the NEC regards as a distraction and distracting our focus from the key tasks of the National Democratic Revolution. There will be a time for disciplined discussions as well as engagement on the issues of leadership succession. Now is not that time. In fact, our next national conference is only in 2027, and we are currently in 2024. So there is still a great deal of time to deal with all these matters of leadership. Right now, the ANC must focus on rebuilding organization. It must focus on preparing also for the local government elections.
Next tonight, following her unannounced visit to Boitshoko Secondary School in Mahikeng on Sunday, Northwest MEC for Education Viola Mutsumi expressed concern over the proximity and noise levels of a nearby tavern. Parents and teachers who were there during the MEC's visit also raised their concerns regarding the tavern's location, which is closer to the school than what is permitted by law. In accordance with the Liquor Act, liquor establishments must maintain a distance of at least 500 meters from schools. However, the tavern's current location has raised concerns about safety and the learning environment, particularly as matric candidates write their final exams. As a result, this morning, the Montana PTC Tavern released a statement saying it will temporarily suspend all their planned outdoor events until the matric exams are complete. We go now to Soweto, where 6 children have died from poisoned spaza shop snacks. Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi says forensic tests have revealed that an organophosphate called turbufos was found in the bodies of the children who died in Naledi earlier this month. The children died after eating snacks from a spaza shop. Minister Motsoaledi briefed the media on the results of the forensic report.
It's unequivocally organophosphate. When we mentioned to you that we are chasing a chemical, we had actually at that time believed it's organophosphate. We're simply taking this from the symptoms. And so it so happened that that we were actually right. Organophosphate is not one substance, but a group of substances which are usually used in agriculture.
Well, those were the leading stories. It is now time for international news. A new study has found millions of adolescents across Africa may unknowingly be battling asthma as they have not received a diagnosis from a clinician and are therefore not receiving the necessary treatments. Published last week in the research journal The Lancet, the study's findings are critical for a continent that has produced little data about the scale of asthma, despite the condition being one of the most common causes of chronic respiratory deaths on the continent. Asthma, which affects the lungs and causes difficulties in breathing, often starts in childhood or adolescence. Some scientists say there is no outright cure for asthma that develops in childhood, but treatment can relieve symptoms. The symptoms often continue well into adulthood. And that's it for tonight's international headline. Let's head into the business news. Whether you're looking for a discount on experiences or are shopping to get good deals on Christmas presents, Black Friday has it all. Here's what you need to know. This year, Black Friday is expected to take place on the 29th of November. You can expect dozens of retailers to run specials both in-store and online. Electricals, clothing, beauty, and toys sell the most during Black Friday sales, so you might want to get those before it's too late. Some Black Friday shopping tips: try and use social media and the internet to flag deals in advance. Also, research the items you want to buy and compare prices of several retailers before purchasing. And if you are shopping online, be sure to double check the websites you are shopping on to avoid scammers. And with that, let's head into the sports news. In sports news tonight, fly half Jordan Hendrickse converted 7 of 7 kicks as the Sharks raced to victory against Munster at the Kings Park on Saturday. Hendrickse's boot accounted for 16 points in a 41-24 victory against Munster that featured 6 tries from the hosts and 4 from the touring Irish team. A brave performance from the Lions was not enough to stop them slipping into a 24-6 defeat in their top-of-the-table URC encounter against Irish giants Leinster on Saturday night. The Bulls clinched to a 17-15 victory against Benetton on Friday night, overcoming a first-half deficit and sealing the win with a last-minute try by Eka van der Merwe, which was converted by David Kriel. Now, the Glasgow Warriors scored 3 second-half tries to claim a 28-17 bonus point victory over an injury hit for DHL Stormers in Stellenbosch at the Danny Craven Stadium. Let's head on over to cricket action. Superb performances from Lutho Sipamla and Connor Esterhazy led to the Lions their second straight T20 Challenge title after they cruised to a thumping 8-wicket win over the Titans in their final at Wanderers Stadium on Sunday. It was another well-deserved triumph for the Lions after they finished top of the log, recovering well after being hammered by the Titans in their opening match of the season, and then turning that around by beating their cross-Juxay rivals in the first playoff and in the final to lift the trophy. Now, bowler Lutho Sipamla was the key contributor to the ball, picking up brilliant figures of 4 over 12 in his 4 overs. Esterhazy then led the charge with the bat crackling unbeaten 48 off 36 balls to get them home with a whopping 29 balls to spare. That's where we'll end things this evening. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Boitumelo Monare. We're right back here tomorrow night. Until then, good night.